What is up, besties? It is your girl Karmic, back to you again with another video, a surprise Saturday video to make up for the fact that I was exhausted on Wednesday. But if you're seeing this in the future, totally fine as well. We're taking a look at, is the Matrix real? Now, the video is very dense, but awesome. This is probably one of my favorites, so please let me know if you guys enjoy this, because it has to do well, right? Like, the pop culture videos, they usually do a lot better, which is a bummer because I love these videos. So if you guys enjoy it, please make sure to like it. Make sure to comment down below your thoughts and everything, because honestly, this reading was actually really exciting. Like, look, I'm smiling. I'm like, I love this reading. So as always, this is all alleged and for entertainment purposes only, besties. There are zero facts here, just psychic impressions. How could I possibly know? How could she possibly know? But yeah, I just took a look. I just went straight in, to be honest with you. And I honestly got more than I was expecting, which I'm pretty happy about. And I hope that this is the type of reading where I can't summarize it. You'll just have to watch it, and hopefully you'll enjoy it as much as I did. But it's all alleged and for entertainment purposes only. If you guys want to book a private reading with me, my website's in the description box below. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. All the links are down below. Related videos, decks that I use, everything you ever need is down in the description box below. Correct, bestie? What is up, my regulars? I love you guys so much. I'm making this the day before I post it. We are coming up on 5K. I don't know if we'll hit it by the time this hits, but, you know, very excited. I can't believe we're here. So grateful for all of you, all of your love and support. I appreciate y'all so much. But without further ado, if you're new here, we've added a segment, message meant to find you. You do not have to be spiritual to watch this. It could be a message from your spirit team if you believe in that, a message from your passed on loved ones, or just a message that is energetically meant to find you because you're ready to hear it. So if you are interested in that, then you can continue watching. But if you are not, if you don't feel called to, if you don't feel like it's a message for you, then you could go straight to the conspiracy section. So again, all alleged and for entertainment purposes only. Zero facts here. Without further ado, let's get into it. All right, besties. So if you stuck around for the general message, then this is obviously for you, all alleged and for entertainment purposes only. So we are just going to take a look at what Spirit has to say. So as always, thank you to everybody that sits through 30 seconds of ads. It's a free and easy way to support my page. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. We would love to have you in our little group. I don't feel like I'm forgetting. Am I forgetting anything? I don't know. Y'all tell me in the comments. Spirit, whatever higher power you want to call it, what message does the general public need today? And as always, this is timeless. So if you're seeing this 3 years from now, it still counts. Okay. All right. I feel a switch up happening here. The Moon reverse, King of Wands, Four of Cups. I think some of you have kind of woken up to the fact that you do not want to settle anymore. Some of you are really just stepping into your masculine go-getter energy. It's giving me this vibe of like, I know what I want. I know that I wield the wand that creates my reality, and I know that I'm going to go after it. A lot of you might have been like purging old emotions. You might be feeling like it's like a clean slate right now. It's kind of giving me this vibe of like everything that I've already touched with this Four of Cups. Did I hold the cards up? Wow, I'm having a moment here. See, this is what happens when I channel. Brain gone. It's giving me this vibe of like I've already nourished fruits that didn't bear, and I'm ready to create something of my own. So yeah, because I'm hearing the song, that's something to be proud of. That's a life you could lay your hat on. In case I didn't show you, I don't think I did. The Moon reverse, King of Wands, Four of Cups. I think you're dissatisfied because you know you want more. And it's like, you can feel it. It's like it's on the horizon with that King of Wands standing at the edge of the cliff. It's like, I know there's more for me. Yeah, I keep hearing Stacey or Rico, there's got to be more to life. You wield the sword, or the wand, is what I want to say. Because Seven of Pentacles being at the back of the deck, it's giving me this vibe of like, what you put your energy into is what is going to end up happening for you. So if you're, you know, in a job that you hate, but you're still putting your energy into it, what do you expect to happen? You know what I'm saying? That's kind of the vibe here. It's like you're starting to realize that you don't want to settle anymore. With that moon card in the reverse, it's like, I can't lie to myself anymore. So this could be relationship, career, lifestyle. It could be all of the above. Take what resonates. Don't let the rest take from you. But it's just giving me like, I am ready for my golden opportunity. I'm ready for something to pay off that I can be proud of, that I can love, that I can enjoy. But that requires me to step into an energy of really knowing myself and really fighting for what it is that I want, because I deserve it. And I don't want to be I don't want to be disillusioned by what everybody else around me has to say. It's giving me Brene Brown, like, you can't be here shit talking me at the nosebleed seats while I'm in the arena getting my ass kicked. Who the fuck are you to talk about me? Like, that's kind of the vibe. I think some of you might have trouble because maybe like you take what people have to say to heart because you know that you only speak when you need to speak, you know what I mean? Whereas some people, they speak out of their ass. They speak from their trauma. So I think especially for right now, as you're figuring out who you are, I would say lay low. Lay low, keep things to yourself, especially with the Four of Swords peeking out in the back. Yes, because Ace of Coins is right beneath it. It's like a new opportunity's headed your way because you've decided that you want more out of your life. You want more for yourself. And so now is the time to embrace change, embrace the fact that you're not satisfied, and that's okay because now it's a blank slate. Think of like, they're showing me how it's like going from middle school to high school. It's like you're leveling up. And it's like, this served its purpose, but I'm ready to go on to something new. I'm ready to try something different. I'm ready for something that fits who I am now. It's like you've kind of grown out of whatever it is that you were previously attached to. Again, it could be a relationship, it could be a job, it could be a lifestyle, because the cups is glasses of wine. So like maybe we're growing out of a partying lifestyle, or maybe we're growing out of wanting to escape our life. For some of you, maybe you guys are starting to realize, hey, I want to actually be present in my reality. I want to experience life and not just kind of be taken away like like Spirit showing me a jellyfish like in the waves, just being like pulled everywhere. And it's like, I want to be in control. I want to manifest my own destiny. And so for now, I feel like Spirit's telling you that what you want, it will come. Just keep making sure. Yeah, that's it. Keep making sure. I feel like we should have a buffer screen on my head right now. Just make sure that you are putting energy into what fuels you and what feeds you, and pull your energy away from anything that is a distraction, anything that isn't here to actually add to your life. Because the King of Wands is someone who's passionate and he's a go-getter. He goes after what he wants. He's not going to let anything get in the way of that. Think like, I don't know why, but Britney Spears is coming up to my mind when I'm talking about that. She's a feisty little one, you know? She just flips out on Instagram, but she tends to delete it. This is you owning your rage, owning your anger, owning your boss energy, knowing who you are, and stepping up to the plate and saying, I can have that thing I want. I can have that relationship I want. I can have that lifestyle I want. It's all in me. That's what I'm hearing. What is that? God is a Woman by Ari. Yeah, it's all in you. It's always been in you. There is a reason that you want whatever it is that you're aching for. And there's a reason that you're so apathetic to what you have right now. It's because you've outgrown it. That's like clinging to high school when you're ready to go to college. It's not for you anymore. And that's okay. So some of you, I think this is a smaller portion, but some of you might have a relationship that you know is kind of on its final legs. It's not serving you anymore. Take it if it resonates. If not, let it fly. But it's just giving me this energy of like, I am not attached to the things that I have right now because it's not rewarding me. I mean, look, she's pouring wine into nothing, into nothingness. It's not adding up. Do you see what I'm saying? So like right now you're seeing things for what they really are so that you can embrace the new. You can break the facades that you've created for yourself. Look at that egg cracking, right? So that you can get into a state of receiving with the Four of Swords. My hands suck with the Four of Swords, so that you can get a new opportunity. Ace of Pentacles, it's in the reverse. Why is it in the reverse? Because it's a timing thing, and it's also, you need to believe that you deserve it. I think a lot of you might have had people in the past that belittled you, made you feel small, made you feel like your dreams weren't realistic. Just a lot of people projecting their bullshit onto you. But you know what you want. You know what it takes to get there. Believe in yourself. Trust that you have this dream because it's yours to have. And so long as you keep following that, it's yours. Ace of Pentacles is only in the reverse because, look, it's literally coming out of her mind. She's creating the abundance from her head. That's you. You're going to create it, but you got to be in this King of Wands energy where it's like, I know what I want. I'm going to talk my shit. I'm going to embody who it is I want to become, and I'm going to trust that the universe will bring to me what it is that I deserve. So I'm going to leave it there, besties. Let me know if this resonated, if you guys enjoyed it. If you would like to book a private reading with me, my website's in the description box below. This was all legend and for entertainment purposes only. But without further ado, besties, we are now going to get into the conspiracy part of this reading. All legend and for entertainment purposes only. The Matrix. Is it real? Let's find out. Let's get into it. All right, besties. So we are going to take a look and just see what happens. I was drawn to use the Haunted House Tarot, so it's already an interesting sign. But all legend and for entertainment purposes only, zero facts here. Do we live in a matrix? Do we live in some form of a holograph, internet-like zeros and ones reality where we're not really awake, basically? We'll just see what comes up. All legend for entertainment purposes only. So as always, thank you to everybody that sits through 30 seconds of ads. It's a free and easy way to support my page. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. We would love to have you. We are on our way to 5K, which is crazy, although I'm posting this a day after I make it, so we might already be there. Who knows? But anyway, if you're new here, consider subscribing. We'd love to have you. And don't forget to always look at the community polls for future readings. Spirit, are we living in a matrix? Oh, this is so complicated. Okay. Well, Ace of Swords upright. Yes. Yes, we are. So kind of, it's kind of complicated. So basically what I'm being drawn to is how greed rules the world. We've seen that with all of the celebrity readings I've done. And the world reverse is cyclical behavior. And Four of Cups is like avoiding the detachment that we feel through other means. So money, love. I'm hearing, what is it? Sex, drugs, and alcohol. What is that? Oh my God. Sex, rock and roll, and alcohol. I don't know. Whatever. So Spirit's kind of explaining to me that life itself is a little bit too complex for us to get into right now. So they're going to focus on a specific part. The powers that be weaponize our sadness with things. So think shiny Aries energy, where it's like, well, they know about the human psyche. Like I've seen this in other readings where it feels like the further up you are, there are people that have psychics and astrologers. Like they know this shit works. And what I'm seeing here is like, because greed rules the world and this cyclical behavior has not changed, we have a detachment from ourselves with the Lover's card in the reverse, and we're sad. And so when we're sad, we look outside of ourselves, Four of Cups in reverse, to find something to make us like, ooh, that'll work. You know what I mean? With that Ace of Swords. So it's giving me like, you're in a matrix because you wake up in the morning, you get on your phone and you zone the fuck out, and you go to a job you hate and you're zoned the fuck out, and then you come home and then you're back on your phone zoning the fuck out. You talk to your family for maybe 5 minutes and then you watch TV and you zone the fuck out. So that alone makes you in the matrix because you're putting your consciousness towards something that's not real life. I mean, think about how many days have you just gone through where you're like, oh my God, that whole month flew by, but were you even really there for it? So they're kind of alluding to the fact that like, we could talk about the life itself, creation, but we need to hone in on the fact that we are creating our own matrix by avoiding ourselves. And when we are avoiding ourselves, we are avoiding what we're looking for in the general. I'm having trouble because this is so like, Spirit, can you make this make sense a little bit better? Like ground me in a little bit better. They weaponize your unhappiness against you, but it's also the fact that, like I'm hearing, we are all psychics. We can all be mediums. I'm seeing like remote viewing, astral travel. It's like they know that we are capable of being extrasensory. And so that's why greed rules the world so well right now, because if we're detached from ourselves, we cannot tap into our essence, who we are capable of becoming. Think like, why am I in a dead-end job that I hate and I can never get out of it? It's like, because this program, I mean, think of it, right? TV programming, it literally says it in the name. So whether or not it's malicious, that's semantics. It's happening. I'm being drawn to the documentary on Netflix, The Social Dilemma, where it's like, now we have kids that all of a sudden everybody has ADHD. Everybody's mental health is just crazy. I mean, yeah, given the society, that also makes sense. But kids are now growing up with screens in front of themselves. So I think the Matrix is more so a prediction of what we're dealing with now. Because it's like, not only are we in a Matrix, because what I'm being shown is like, I'm seeing an octopus in my mind's eye, and I'm seeing one of the tentacles, and the tentacle is going into the person. And it's giving me like, if you're spiritual, like your higher self, and then your 3D self. So it's like part of you is kind of like put into I'm sorry. Like for instance, I'm a channeler, right? But I'm not technically the one telling you this information. Something higher than myself is coming through me, and that's why am I so childish in this reading? I'm so sorry. But something is coming through me to reach you. I'm the tool. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's like, if you want to talk about matrixy, then technically, yeah, because we're not a human, we're a soul. And we get caught up in the matrix because of technology and because of not understanding who we are at our core, our essence. Because what I'm seeing is like tribes and communities and people, like I'm seeing people at a campfire and they're like, what I'm seeing is like a grandmother in the fire, like a soul. I almost wonder if we've shut our third eye down so much that we're not capable of doing the things we used to do. Because Spirit's drawing me to how hard this journey has been for me, because I was a very logical person. And I think that's what they're more so alluding to. It's like, oh, this is so, Spirit, ground me. This is so hard to like verbalize. It's so dense. We're so dense. In the higher realms, it's like you want it and it boom, it's there. And that's part of why, how do I word this, Spirit? This is so like, woo, I can't even. When we used to manifest, we didn't have anything in the way because we didn't have all this trauma that came with all this disconnection from self. And because we're all coming into this world that has all this cyclical behavior that it hasn't stopped, we already come into this kind of designed to understand that it's a program. I'm also being drawn to the Disney movie Free Guy. If you guys have followed me for a while, you know I love that movie. And I've said it many a times that is the most accurate way to describe life, is that movie Free Guy. Because I'm seeing the scene where what's his name? His best friend's this energy is just so like not the easiest for me to get into. His best friend's a security guard, and the main character just finds out that he's living in a video game and that none of it's real. And the security guard says to him, well, right now I'm sitting here and I'm having a moment with my best friend. So regardless of the definition of real, this moment feels real. This experience is real. So I think we get a hang up on the definition of the word real, because as humans, we are so determined to have words, identity. We need something of concrete to feel like we're safe, to feel like we understand. Think of like identities lately has become like, there's always a new identity or something like that. And I'm not shading anybody. I'm not against it. Be you, do you. Just ask yourself why you do the things you do. That's all I'm saying. Because this is more about like, yeah, of course you're in a matrix. You already know you're in a matrix. But did you know that while you're in the matrix, you're also creating another matrix? So it's like matrix on matrix. It's like the matrix you signed up for, you're already a part of. You're already in this. You're in a human body, but it's a vessel, and your soul is kind of in it. It's giving me like finger puppets. You remember those things? Maybe I'm aging myself. I don't know if they do those anymore. But it's giving me like finger puppets. It's like You chose this game. You chose this experience. But they also want to allude to the fact that we've created an additional, because I'm being drawn to like virtual reality. It's like, how much more escapism from your life do you need? Like, that's kind of the main message so far. Three of Wands is expansion, slow, steady growth. We forgot how to tap into our intuition because we've been following the money. Queen of Swords, we don't channel anymore. We don't think anymore. This is giving me like Akashic records. If you don't know what that means, basically like there are people, and I can do it a little bit too, where you can tap into like what your past lives were. And if you don't believe in that, I don't really know why you clicked on this video because it's all woo-woo. But this is giving me like we used to be attached to that, but then I'm being drawn to the fact that like it almost looks like her ears are being muffled. So it's like we've tuned out to the human experience so that we can't even, because I'm being drawn to like bringing heaven on earth, manifestation, stuff like that. And us as a society, the 1% and the 99%, we're getting further and further because we're falling for all of the shinies that they're giving us. Think of like a little kid in a toy store. We're the little kid and the toy store is the gov, all of the above. You know what I mean? Magician, yeah, our thoughts create our reality. Because Queen of Swords, remember? If we followed our heart, we would be able to create the reality that we wanted. But because they've designed us to basically walk on eggshells, to worry about things that are, because I'm hearing fear is false evidence appearing real. We signed up for this video game. Is the Matrix a real thing? Absolutely. Yes. I do agree with that. I do believe that, because what I'm being drawn to is how like the veins in like plants or something resemble our veins, and how it's just like I am you, you are, you know what I mean? I am you, you are me. I'm being drawn to Jim Carrey. There is no me. His famous speech that everybody laughed at, but I was like, that seems deep to me. Where he was like, we're a bunch of just tetrahedrons or whatever the hell. Agree. I agree. We've lost connection to our soul, which is why it feels so matrixy. I mean, we're already in a matrix, but then we've doubled the matrix because social media, a lack of understanding self. I'm seeing a blocked root chakra. So it's like, not only did we have the matrix that we signed up for, now we got a double matrix going on because we don't know ourselves at all. And so we escape ourselves into a new matrix. So it's like, imagine that. The only way I know how to describe this would be like, say you signed up to play a video game and then your character in the video game is playing a video game. Does that make sense? It's so like up there that I'm having a hard time bringing it down. The Moon, illusion. Yeah, this is about like women not feeling like they're beautiful enough, so they go outside of themselves. Why we also block our own intuitions because we don't tap into our creativity anymore. We don't expand anymore. But I'm also being drawn to how, like, we know that the moon, for instance, like, that's undeniable. Full moon, there's always, like, I think it's been statistically proven that, like, hospital admittance goes up. If I butchered that word, I'm channeling, sorry. But it's giving me this vibe of, like, we already know to an extent that it works, but then the powers that be gaslight us out of it so that they can use it to their advantage. Because I almost see like people up top being like, okay, so next month, Pluto's conjunct Mars in Aquarius, and this is a great time for us to do blah, 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 blah. But then at the same notion, they're telling us that astrology is pseudoscience. Do you see what I'm saying? So we got a double matrix thing going on here. Where we're being halted from our own ability to grow and evolve as a species because we don't understand how much importance emotions really are. Emotions can stunt our growth, but emotions can also bring what we need. So they're drawing me to how, if you've been following me, then you would know that I wasn't on Wednesday because I've been doing some serious shadow work. And it's like, we have to release in order to bring in the new. Think of like spring cleaning, right? Like you got to get rid of the old furniture to bring in new stuff. You clean out, you sweep, you dust, whatever. Like, it's giving me that. It's like we have forgotten how to manifest our own realities, so we've become a slave to the system. So there's that matrix, but then there's also the regular matrix, which is just life itself. Because not all of us is in the body. Does that make sense? It feels like it's a shard or a fragment. It's like a piece of our soul is in the human body, but the rest of us is like above. Because I'm being drawn to how, like, allegedly, if you're in a coma, you're still attached to the body, but you're not in it. Like, if it's one of those things where it's like, we don't think they're coming back, it's one of those type of things. It's like you have that umbilical cord from the moment of conception, an energetic one that keeps you kind of attached to the body. But like, if you've watched my true crime videos, I think I did one recently where it was like, yeah, it was the Idaho 4 ones where it was like, I saw them pop out of their body before any pain could happen. It's like, that's part of the game as well. Like, you signed up for this. Your soul is who you really are. The body is just a vessel. It's a tool that you use so that your soul can be equipped with more knowledge. It can gain more so that it can move forward to like the next chapter of the soul's development. So, you know, maybe you signed up for this lifetime to heal the trauma of your parents, right? But that's just chapter 1. When you actually leave your vessel, you might need that so that you could go back to your home planet. I know how wild this sounds, but that you could go back to your home planet and then use those skills there because you were just evolving as a soul with this Ace of Cups. So there's a lot going on here, actually. I'm not shocked, but in-house conflict, yep. They cause tension between us, division. I'm thinking red and blue, if you know what I mean. So that we are like, oh my God, what's real, what's not, what's this, what's that? Fear-mongering is what I'm hearing. I'm also hearing 3-letter alphabet agencies putting false news into, oh, I just got hit with weird energy. Spirit team, protect my energy, please. Yeah, I'm being drawn to like the 3-letter alphabet, putting false news out there as real news. Fear tactics, shit like that. Because I'm being drawn to like the 17th letter of the alphabet, that group. I feel like I'm seeing the number 75%. I don't know that. Can I just say Q? Can I just say it? Will that by itself get flagged? I don't know. I feel like they've been infiltrated. I don't know why, but that just feels the need to come out. There's something about Q. And I'm going to leave it at that because I don't want to get flagged. But this is giving me like, we've lost sight of the many possibilities that we have because we're too busy living in a fear state. Too busy worrying about what other people think, not worrying about ourselves, not worrying about what we want, that we end up getting stuck in this prison plan. That's what I'm hearing, but it's more metaphorical. It's not literal because we keep falling for the trap. So it's almost like if a video game was rigged. You know what I mean? That's kind of how it feels. It's like there's a trap on, I don't know, level 3, and we're all falling for it because I'm being drawn to the snake on this cup. It's like we fall for the illusion of needing things outside of ourselves when in reality, if we came home to ourselves, we could get everything we ever wanted. But it requires us to release, it requires us to come home to self, and it requires us to get rid of logic to a certain extent. There is obviously a need for logic. We are in the 3D realm, but they fooled you. Like, everything is a distraction. Everything is to, if you're too busy following Taylor Swift's 17 fucking boyfriend fiascos, which again, no shade to her, but it is exhausting, then you can't possibly worry about yourself. And how do we usually learn? Through the people around us. And if the people around us didn't learn right, then we're only destined to repeat their problems. And I do feel like a lot of you, being drawn to my page in particular, have probably come here to, I'm hearing set a new standard, set a precedence. So change the way that we're moving as a society. But humans as a whole, it's just very disconnected. So it's almost like when we dissociate, we kind of go back home, but we don't realize it because we don't like it here. It's like a lot of us have a hard time grounding into our body because we don't move the way they do. I'm being drawn to how I really love being outside all day, just watching birds and rabbits. And, you know, people would think I'm boring, but in reality, I healed a lot of shit so that I can acquire peace. And that's part of it. It's like, if we came back home to ourselves, part of the matrix would be gone because part of the matrix is being run by the people that, I don't even know that it's necessarily malicious because it gives me the vibe of like, it's been going on for so long that the people that probably started it probably aren't here anymore because we've been, you know, attached to, it's giving me those that don't know history are doomed to repeat itself. So you got a double matrix going on here. You got a matrix you signed up for and a matrix you didn't. Well, you kind of didn't. You were You are supposed to learn how to break out of it. Not the first one, but the, you know, getting away from yourself. Yeah, 3 of Pentacles is like bad work environment. 10 of Pentacles, we're always chasing the finances. 5 of Swords, they've fucked with the details from the past. It's giving me the vibe like if you knew your power, no one would be suffering. If you knew your power, you wouldn't be struggling. If you knew that your thoughts create your reality. If you knew that in order to go somewhere in life, you have to heal so that it doesn't keep... Because what I'm seeing is like people that, you know, are unhealed, you're attracting the same types of things. Trust me, been there, wrote the book. And then we're wondering why we're miserable. This is just kind of a message from Spirit. It's like, because you're looking outside of yourself. You're looking for a spouse to make you feel like you matter when you could be the one that makes you feel like you matter. You're watching TV and drinking and drugging every day because you hate your life, but you aren't willing to turn off the TV to let your thoughts come out of your head so that you can release it once and for all. That's part 2 of the Matrix. Like, I feel like they don't really feel the need to talk about the Matrix in terms of like life because, yeah, duh. Like, that's kind of the vibe. Yeah, duh. We need to talk about the Matrix that people are keeping stuck to because they don't know any better. It's giving me like, you know how, I think we all kind of got sick of it, but you know how like the older generations are always like, you need to listen to me, respect your elders, but it's like, what did you do in order to receive that respect? Like, it's that same vibe. It's like, we lost our ability for critical thinking. That's what it is. We trust the people in power. We don't ask questions. Even it's like, if your people really cared about you, why are we in the predicament that we're in today? If they cared about your war vets, why are there homeless war vets? If they cared about your health, why are people dying and they can't afford their diabetes medication? If they cared about you, why would we be in this position? Think rationally. Like, that's kind of the vibe here. It's like, you're in a matrix you signed up for, but then you're also in a matrix that you didn't sign up for because you don't ask enough questions because you're afraid of yourself. You're running away. It's like, look at how this girl is trying to like rub this girl's back, but it's like she won't look at her. And it's kind of giving me like higher self and self. It's like, you're okay. I got you. But we forgot how to nurture and nourish ourselves. So we look outside of ourselves. And so the powers that be benefit from it. Here's DoorDash, here's Amazon, here's Netflix, enjoy, like here's alcohol. And now, oh my God, like I can't imagine. I'm so grateful that alcohol didn't come up on apps until after I got sober because that would have ruined me. Like, oh my God, that's dangerous. Anyway. Yeah, it's like you gave up your thoughts for money, wealth. And you've used your passion in the wrong ways. They've convinced you that you have to aggressively go towards things in order to get them, when in reality, you manifest it. I mean, look at this girl's literally holding the light that's creating the house, which is giving me the vibe of like, you manifested that house because you believed it, you saw it, and you put your energy towards it. We forgot how to do that because we believe that we need to rely and depend on someone else. Queen of Pentacles. She's got the money now. And for my conspiracy theorists, you could go there. But I know you guys are into that hand gesture thing. It's like, hear no evil, see no evil. Anything for the money. So, are we in a matrix? Absolutely. We're in a double matrix. I keep hearing double helio something. I can't say. If anybody knows what the hell I'm saying, feel free to let me know in the comments. I don't know. Spirit advice, I guess? Look at things from a different perspective. And the Emperor in reverse. You really think your people in power care about you? I already said that. I'm not going to get too far into that. I don't want to get a cancellation. But yeah, 7 of Swords is right next to the Emperor. Who's the Emperor? It's the rulers. 7 of Swords is manipulation. It's putting on a oh my God, there's so much energy coming through me right now. I'm hiccuping like it's my business. Whew. Fuck, where was I, Spirit? They manipulate you, and then you have this fear mentality, and so you're always waiting for something to come after you. You're always waiting for the shoe to drop. You're always waiting for worst case scenario to happen, but the thing is, your thoughts think swords, right? Your thoughts are the reason they come. I always mention this in my pop culture readings. When you always say, oh, I only attract men that cheat, you are fulfilling that prophecy by saying it. Your thoughts create your reality. That's part of this matrix. So if you tell yourself every single day, I'm beautiful, I'm wealthy, I'm worthy, I promise you from experience alone, that shit works. It takes 21 days to make a habit. That's fact. That's science. You have to uncondition yourself to not embody this lack mindset anymore, to not embody this fear mindset anymore, because it's that keeps us disconnected from our powers and keeps us from the real wealth, which is abundance of the soul, abundance in terms of whatever it is you want, manifesting a home, a love. We're getting it wrong. It's the how. It's like they gave us the directions in a different language purposefully so that we couldn't understand how to do the job. Like, that's the only way I know how to describe it. It's like it's partly intentional. It is. Yeah. This is kind of giving me like that commercial where he has the dollar bill on the fishing pole and it's like, oh, that was a close one. It's like they're always going like, here you go. You want some money? You got to follow me. But we're not willing to go within to ask ourselves why there's strings attached. I'm being drawn to like the vines on the hand. It's like it comes at a cost. Yeah, this is going back to you create your own reality through your emotions, through healing, through channeling through water. I don't know why that's brought up, but if any of you are channelers, I know that works, channeling through water. But this is like, you know that your angels are following you. You signed up to create your own heaven on earth, because this is reminding me of like a seed you're building this. You're building a life for yourself, and all of your family, your spirit team, whatever you believe in, they're all behind you, helping you. But the thing is, we forget so that we can remember. Like, that's part of the game of the Matrix. We forget so that we can find ourselves. We come back home to ourselves. And if we realize that the things that matter are, animals, nature, coming home to self. I mean, this girl is alone and she's clearly living her best life. She knows that, she can hear her ancestors, and she knows that that's eventually going to grow into something. And, she's got her cats for protection. I've had pet rats. They're amazing pets. But this is also giving me the vibe of like noticing who the snakes are, the rats, the people that don't have your best interest at heart. It's like we have this need to be there for people, like especially the family fucking thing about how you should just ride for your family and not even ask yourself, is this healthy for me? This is so much about like unlearning the Matrix than it is like what the Matrix is, because we all know the Matrix is real. I do feel that there is like a God source, though. It's not anything like we're all living in a computer. It came from a living being, but it's just like it's something I'm hearing. It's above my pay grade, so I guess I'm not there yet. I don't know. But they just really want to hone in on bringing heaven back to the people, bringing heaven on earth back to the people, realizing that your intuition is there for a reason. Like, there's a reason you have emotions. Don't block that out. It's all about us coming home to ourselves so that we can break the Matrix that we didn't sign up for. That's what this is saying. Anything else? Obstacles from success and not being naive to it anymore. Yeah. This is the powers that be just fucking us over per usual. Two of Swords is like, this is giving me like no more. Like, I'm going to go within. Her eyes are shut. She's trusting that something from the ethers will come in for her. That's the vibe. Yeah, and it's like what you put out, you get back. Justice skill is on that Six of Pentacles. So if you put in the work and you say, this is what I want, and then you commit to it and you own it and you embody it. So like, say you want to be an entrepreneur or whatever. Like, I don't know, say you also want to be a YouTuber. It's like owning that you're a YouTuber today, bringing that to you. Like, I am a YouTuber. I am a millionaire. It's like demanding the words to match you, because it's all about energy. Like, and I've said this in plenty of videos, so I don't want to go on this too much. Just check out my conspiracy playlist. But it's like energy likes like energy. If you're anxiously attached, you're going to attract someone that's emotionally avoidant. But if you're solid within self, you're going to find someone that's solid within self. But if you also know yourself, you're not going to get caught up into the illusion of the Matrix the way everybody else does. Because like, they're bringing me back to me, where I used to run away from myself from morning to night. And now from morning to night, you'll catch me in my backyard living my best life, talking to the rabbits. And you know what I mean? Like, we just kind of, we've created a second Matrix that we didn't sign up for. The other Matrix, it's like that was part of the agreement. We all knew about that. That's why we all know that it's real. But there's a second Matrix going on that we also know is real, but we don't do anything about it because they've convinced us that we have to grind, and they've convinced us that we'll find happiness outside of ourselves, and a relationship will make us feel whole. And maybe if we do that thing, then they'll love us. Or maybe if we work harder, or this and that. And it's like, you forgot that you're inherently worthy. You forgot that you are an eternal being. You forgot that you're a soul living a human experience. You forgot that your thoughts create your reality. You forgot that whatever you want, you just got to put your mind to it and believe in it, and it'll be yours. That's where the Matrix gets you. That's where it gets you. Back deck. Yeah, Devil card in reverse. Detaching from the chains that society puts on us. The drugs, the drink. And hey, listen, food and 420 friendly are my two vices, so I get it. And YouTube, to be honest. I freaking love YouTube myself. But this is like, we're not growing emotionally because we're not prioritizing it anymore. We're trying to only grow intellectually, but you need both for balance. This is like, you got to think with your head and your heart. That's where you find, yeah, I'm hearing, what is it? Say it again. Mind, body, spirit connection. I think I'm close. I don't know. That's what she said. I'm sorry. But I'm not. Yeah, this is all about us detaching from things and asking ourselves why we're running away from ourselves all the time, why we push down our emotions and only prioritize our intellect. There's a reason why our nervous system exists. There's a reason why our body tells us it needs rest. There's a reason why, we're exhausted, but we may not understand why. It's an energy shift that we don't even get. We have no idea. They don't prioritize the Schumann resonance, which I know for a fact causes differences because I feel it now that I am tuned back into my body. But that's the point. Our ancestors used to be able to like touch the ground and go, there is a storm coming 5 miles to the east. Like, that's who we used to be. But because all the ooh shiny, we've disconnected from our emotional body. And because we don't trust our intuition anymore, we trust the facts, the logic. That's why we're so stuck. So is the Matrix real? Yes. There's a double Matrix. There's the Matrix we signed up for, that we all know about, because I'm being drawn to like that TV show, or I think it's a movie, Afterlife of the Party. It's about this girl that dies young, and so she's got to like help her family even though like she was mad about it. And it's like, I would recommend that you watch the video I did of If Jesus Was Real, I think it's called, or something about the Bible. Look for it in my conspiracies. It's a really good read. It kind of piggybacks on what I'm saying here, and I'll probably forget to link it. I'll try not to, but it's me. Usually I put everything in the description box, but it's reminding me of like mind, body, soul coherence. We've forgotten how to do that. And if we can realign with that, then we can hack the Matrix. Then we can red pill this shit. Then we can get the opportunities that we want because we believe in it. People have convinced you that, you're an egomaniac if you love yourself and you have confidence. The spirit's drawing me to me. Like when I was an alcoholic in a hot mess, everybody picked out everything awful with me all the time. Fair, whatever. But I got sober. I got my mental health unpacked. I'm doing really well right now. Guess what? People are still picking and prodding at me because unhappy people do that. People that don't know themselves do that. And we have to realize that that is not logic. That's not us learning anything. We're learning from people that are unhealthy. We need to meet ourselves. We need to go within. 222 when I said that. When we go in, then we realize how important mind-body coherence really is with the swords, thoughts, and the cup emotion. I'm also being drawn to the fact that it's masculine energy, which means that we're going after what it is that we want. We know that if the mind and the heart resonate, then that's because it's for us. So say, for instance, you want to be a YouTuber because your heart is in it, you're going to be able to manifest that. You are. But if you want to be a YouTuber because you want to prove that you're cool and you're awesome, that's not mind-body coherence, and that's why things don't work out. So a lot of times people gaslight themselves, especially when it comes to like work and stuff like that, or a relationship, because they're like, why isn't this coming in for me? Or why am I only getting scraps? Or why this or why that? And because the two are not aligned. Your mind and your heart are not in alignment. If your heart doesn't trust love, but your mind really wants love, you're going to get an unhealthy love because mind, body, soul is not in coherence, or not in, you guys know what I'm saying. Yeah, 9 of Swords in reverse is like releasing trauma. 7 of Wands is like the underdog fighting for self. This is reminding me of like, us conspiracy theorists and everybody calling us crazy. But in a few years, they always end up saying we're right. I mean, that's how I went viral in TikTok, was everybody called me crazy for saying that all the famous people were about to go down. I said that back in 2020. Everybody called me crazy. It's you realizing that your thoughts, your intuition it's coming from a place higher than what anybody else, especially people that are on the ground not really doing much. What do their opinions matter? You know what I mean? This is giving me the vibe of like, you know, you got friends and family that are in horrible relationships, shitty jobs, and they love giving advice, but do they ever take theirs? No. So why are we taking their advice? Because they don't know. We have to learn how to go within and trust ourselves and be our own defender. Because there's always going to be people that say you can't. There's always going to be people that say it's not realistic. There's always going to be people that say whatever to make you drop down a peg. You know what I'm saying? So if we avoid transition, Six of Swords, but it's also internet, right? It sucks us in sometimes. This is like being more mindful about what we use. And moderation is key to everything. You know what I mean? So like, for instance, I make sure that I don't 420 it up when I have shit that I got to do. You know what I mean? It's like finding the proper balance that works for you and owning it and pouring into yourself, because it's not selfish. It's self-focused. We've been taught that loving ourselves, prioritizing ourselves is wrong, because you help fuel the matrix when you don't tap into yourself. So I don't know. What do you guys think about this video? Let me know in the comments down below. I enjoyed doing it. Did this help at all? I mean, it really wanted to focus on how we can get our power back more than anything else, because look at this. Like, I'm having such a hard time. Yeah, because look, King of Pentacles in the reverse was the first card to drop out. We already know that greed rules the world. So that's where the matrix is coming from, because it's like you look outside of yourself and you trust people that are in positions of authority. But frankly, did you see our presidential debate? It is a shitstorm out there. So this is all about you going within, finding yourself, quieting the outside noise, and asking yourself, what do I truly want? Like, it's amazing to me how many times I ask somebody what they want, and it's like to be rich, to be famous, to be this. And I'm like, but what are you passionate about? And usually, especially with my clients, because I reach out like a week before or a couple days before, I'll be like, what do you want? They won't give me an answer, but then I'll be like, okay. And I word it differently. And I'm like, what are your hobbies? And then they're like, oh my God, I love doing that. Blah, blah, blah. It's usually your hobby. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Like, for instance, when I was young, I was always like, I want to be the voice I never had. I want to be a role model for others. I want to help people heal. And then guess what? Hello. You know what I mean? So it's like asking yourself, who am I really? What do I really want? And how can I make that happen? Because these people that are in control are benefiting from you not knowing yourself. That's what it's really about. That's how we keep getting caught into a matrix in a matrix. We were already signed up for the matrix. Like, I just saw a check mark. It was like we agreed to have our mind erased so that we could find ourselves. But we also knew that the time frame we are in, it's going to be a lot harder, because right now everybody is outside of themselves. And if we can realize that our abundance comes from us, contemplating mind, body, soul, correlate, coherence. I feel like I'm channeling, so it's hard. Sorry. But it's like we create this, not them, not us relying on these false idols, if you want to get into the religious atmosphere of that. But it's like understanding that, like, look at these people. Look at our, like, I'm not dragging all people that are older than me, but like, for instance, Gen X and boomers, there are a lot of them that to this day, they're like, you should be grateful, when we know that minimum wage and inflation, they're not correlating. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, we've accepted, not intentionally, but we've accepted things for as they are. We need to break out of the box in order to get what we want, because there is enough. It's just that we don't believe it. And because we don't believe it, we enter a lack mentality, which gives us a lack life. And if we believe that we can have everything that we've ever wanted, that's when we get everything that we've ever wanted. But we have to be in alignment. And they've taught us not to do so, because how dare you love yourself? How dare you prep yourself up? How dare you ask for more in life? How dare you want to be a millionaire? How dare you? Yet look at all these billionaires doing nothing for the world, nothing good. So this is all about you breaking out of the matrix that we're in today, because we already signed up for the one that we're in. But now remember who you are is kind of, yeah, I'm seeing the Lion King, remember who you are in my mind. So it's like, remember who you are. Remember why you came here. What lights your soul up? Because if you're passionate about something, it's not a pipe dream. It's probably what you came here to do. And if you don't know for sure, book a private reading with me. But I'm going to leave it there, besties. I hope that this was helpful. Again, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I would love to continue doing videos like this, but I'm going to leave it here. Like I said, if you guys want to book a private reading, my link to my website's in the description box. You can find me on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. All the links are down below. Related videos will be Everything down here in the description box below. But I'm going to leave it here, besties. Stay free, stay blessed. Also, don't beat yourself up for having coping mechanisms that aren't necessarily healthy, because we pull these things off in layers. Rome wasn't built in a day is what I'm hearing. Like, it took me a long time to get where I am today, and I am still doing the work, because healing is a forever journey. You are always a student and you are always learning. So give yourself a break. Give yourself some credit, you know, love yourself and be kinder to yourself, because the more you talk nice to yourself, the more the inner critic changes, the more you're a vibrational match to people that are going to treat you as such. When you talk nasty to yourself, you tend to attract people that are nasty to you, or they're emotionally avoidant, because energy likes like energy. That's part of this matrix that we really have lost. We need to embody what it is that we want to become and what we want in life. That's kind of how you hack this reality. So I'm going to leave it there, besties. I hope that you enjoyed this reading, and I will see you guys in my next video. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. We'd love to have you. Have a good day.